I've been asked to compare retirement annuities with a buy-to-let property investment, and so we're going to do so today. My name is Vorster from Organic Growth, and let's get into the numbers. What I did this morning is I went online to, I googled RA calculator, and you can do it yourself to verify my numbers. And the numbers I've used is such. I compared buying one 600,000 Rand townhouse with a retirement annuity. So here are the numbers. Based on a 600,000 Rand townhouse, where you get a 104% bond. Now, a 104% bond is available to a first-time buyer who's earning less than 25,000 Rand a month. So this is very accessible to people, and that's what I've worked the calculations on. So when you buy a townhouse for 600,000 Rand and you're getting 104% bond, so in other words, it costs you no money on transfer. The bond includes all the numbers. You're going to have a shortfall of about 2,000 Rand a month. Okay, so then I went and compared a retirement annuity where you have to pay in 2,000 Rand a month to start with in the first year. And the retirement annuity requires that you pay in 2,000 Rand a month, escalating at 6% every year for 25 years. And a townhouse is a little bit different, so let me show you how it works. With the townhouse, I'm going to use a green pen for the townhouse. Here in this graph, this is over 25 years, and this is rands per month. This is monthly income or expense. And your townhouse is going to cost you about 2,000 Rand a month here. I hope you can see that. 2,000 Rand a month for the first year. And then what happens is every year as your rentals escalate, you start breaking even. You eventually break even at year 6. This is year 6 here. At year 6 you break even, and then the income just keeps going up. Now obviously over time you might end up with a vacancy in your property or an expense, and all that's going to do is this number is going to have little wobbles along the way. But by and large, that's what it's going to do over the 26 years. With a retirement annuity, I'll use a different kind of pen, I'll use black for that one. Retirement annuity starting at the same place of 2,000 Rand a month. Every single year, the amount you pay is going to escalate by the inflation rate, which is 6% at the moment, and that's going to give you a graph that looks like this. And in year 25, the retirement annuity, you're going to be paying 8,000 Rand a month. So don't get scared by that amount. In 25 years, it won't feel like much. But on the buy-to-let property, your income is going to be 26,000 Rand per month. So you're comparing 26,000 Rand with 26,000 Rand income every month compared to an expense of 8,000 Rand. So let's just put this as a minus. So that's the first thing you've got to get over. All right, when I'm comparing the two. By year 25, your townhouse is going to be paying you 26,000 Rand, in whatever the Rand's worth in that time. And your RA, you'll be paying in 8,000 Rand. So the other thing that I keep on getting asked, or that comes up often, is tax. Financial institutions, when they sell an RA, one of their big benefits is tax incentives, and it's true. So what does tax do to these two curves? I'm going to do it with red. I'll use red. Firstly, on a property, in your first 6 years, when you're paying money in, you're going to get a tax break. So the net effect of it is going to be like that. And when you come to year 25, when you're paying 26,000 Rand in tax, when you're earning 26,000 Rand, you're going to be paying tax. So actually, your net is going to be there somewhere. And this number, we're not going to try to guess it because that will vary depending on your personal tax rate. But it's suffice to say it's going to be less than 26,000. With the retirement annuity, you get a tax benefit. So actually, in year 25, it's not going to cost you 8,000 Rand. It's going to cost you about 6,000 Rand or 7,000 Rand again, depending on your tax, on how much. You can only get tax according to what your tax break and according to how much tax you're paying. So let's work on that sort of number. So that what tax does to your retirement annuity is it just flattens it nicely. You see, but you still have this major difference between the two. So I'm not going to labor that point anymore. What I do want to do is, Warren, who's standing with me now, he keeps on saying to me, Neil, what's the ROI? What's the ROI? And to work out a retirement, a return on investment, that's what ROI is. To work out return on investment on a property is very difficult, and they pay actuaries a lot of money to work the stuff out, because you've got time value of money and taxation, all that to bring into account. So I'm going to do a very simplistic ROI. So we're going to say ROI simple. And by simple I mean I'm not putting tax in, and I'm not counting the time value of money in. I'm literally saying how much money you're paying in and how much you're going to get out. So let's look at the numbers. When you get to the retirement annuity, the calculator is going to tell you that the online calculator I looked at this morning says that if you pay in 2,000 Rand a month and a little bit more every year until 25 years, the value of this retirement annuity at the end is going to be, it's a big number. No, sorry, I've made a mistake. I've made a big mistake. That's not the value. I just remember this number 1.36. This number is not what it's going to be worth. This is how much you're paying off. So the amount you pay in your retirement annuity over these 25 years is 1.316. Okay? And the amount that you're going to be paying on your townhouse, bear in mind you're investing here, and the amount you're paying in the townhouse is the shortfall for the first 6 years. And that number I've worked out as 68,000 Rand. So comparing the townhouse, I was asked to compare, so I'm looking at a number of different factors. Right now I'm comparing how much physically you invest. With a townhouse you're going to be paying 68,000 Rand over 25 years. And it's only doing this patch. And it'll vary a little bit, obviously you have a vacancy or something. But around about 68,000 versus around about 1.316. Now this is dependent on the inflation rate staying at 6% for 25 years. So this is also a bit flexible. But I think it's quite clear to see the difference. This is 68,000 Rand paid out versus 1.36 paid out. And then the next question I get is, okay, at the end of 25 years, what are these two things worth? Okay, and I think it's time for a new pen. Let's use red. The townhouse, I calculate, is going to be worth about, if the current capital growth rates are anything to go by, in South Africa at the moment, the ABSA house price index is around about 6%, which is around about inflation rate. And with buy-to-let investment, what we do is we always go and invest in areas that are better than average. So I've assumed a 7% growth over 25 years. Okay? And it comes in here at a value of 3.1 million. So your townhouse is going to be worth 3.1 million Rand. You paid 600, well, you didn't pay 600,000 Rand for it, the bank paid 600,000 for it. But it costs 600,000 now, and it's going to be worth 3.1 million there. This annuity is going to be surprisingly the same number. 3.14 million. Again, dependent on inflation rate and so forth. So they're very similar numbers.
So can I just ask a question, Neil? The 68,000 Rand that you put in.
Yes, that's
okay. And then the bank is giving you 600,000. So what did you actually pay for the townhouse out of your pocket?
Okay, what you're paying for your townhouse out of your pocket over 25 years?
Yes.
That's 68,000 Rand.
So you're not really paying 600,000?
No.
Okay. So
we worked on a starter bond where the purchase price was 600,000.
Okay.
The transfer cost to another 30,000. So we actually got a bond of 630,000.
Okay.
So you get a bond for the full amount.
Okay.
And then your bond repayments, and I've done the full numbers, including property management fees and everything. You end up costing you about 2,000 Rand a month from the first year.
Okay.
From the first, and whereas the retirement annuity, I've just worked purely on the numbers that the financial institution are quoting on their calculator.
Okay.
All right. Then the other question I keep getting asked is, what about exiting? What about getting my cash out? Okay. That's another thing where let's compare the two. With a townhouse, at any time along here, you can sell your property. Okay. Now the value is we expect it to be about 3.1 million in year 25, but the value is going to be all over the place. So, but it's generally rising. That's our experience. It generally goes up. Okay. With a retirement annuity, you cannot touch it until you're 55 years old. So if this exercise is for somebody aged 30, you've got to wait until 25 years up and you're 55 years old, and then you can cash it. But then you can't cash all of it. You can only cash 1/3 of that 3 million. The rest you actually physically have to buy an annuity policy, some sort of policy, a retirement policy. And that's this government legislation to try and force you into looking after your own retirement. So this is a government defined instrument, and the objective is to give you a bit of a tax break now, and to force you to plan for your own retirement, so you're not a burden on society. Whereas a townhouse is not designed for that. It's designed for pure investment. Okay, and which means that anywhere along here you can sell your property, and obviously you have to pay a bit of capital gains tax. But at any time you can not only sell it to take your money out, you can refinance it. You can replace your current bond with a new bond. So in year 10, when this property is now worth 2 million rand, and you only got a bond of 300,000 rand left, you can go and refinance and take $1 million out. Okay, so that'll change your graphs a little bit, but I don't want to get into all of that now. I just want to compare retirement annuity with buy-to-let. Then this thing, the ROI, the simple ROI. Let's do the actual numbers. Okay, so let me use another color. I'm going to go with black now. Now you've got a value here. Now return on investment. That's what ROI stands for. Return on investment. So your return is what you get out, and your investment is what you put in. So if my return is 3.14 million, assuming you can take it all out, which we actually can't, but let's not get too complicated. This is the simple ROI after all. So taking 3.14 million divided by what you paid in over 25 years, and you get to roughly, this ROI is roughly 2.4 times, which is 240%. So your ROI, your simple ROI over 25 years is 240%.
So in simple terms, that means your 1.3 million that you invested
grew by 2.5 times, 2.4 times.
You've grown about 2.5 times over 25 years.
Over 25 years, okay. And the buy-to-let property, let's do it on this side. The buy-to-let property, your return is 3.1 million divided by what you paid in, and the payment was in the first 6 years, not over the full 25 years, bear in mind. So again, this is where the actuaries are going to come and try and get a bit more complicated with me, but we're going simple ROI here. So simply, if you take 3.1 million divided by 68,000, it's roughly, I think it was 64 times?
45.
45 times, that's what we worked out earlier. 45 times, which is 4,500%.
Oh my.
Okay, so basically what you're getting to is, if you had to do a simple ROI, you're getting 240% versus 4,500% return on investment. So it gets me back to the same thing. You know, people keep asking me to compare the two, and frankly, we can't compare them because they're different instruments completely. Warren, can you think of anything more I need to ask?
Well, if they've got any questions or comments, please comment, and you can come back to
Yes, please comment below, and I'll answer all the questions I can, and I'll refer you to a bond originator if you want verification about this 104% bond. We've got a guy, Rodney, who will talk to you gladly. And if you want to verify the RA numbers, please feel free to go online.
Yeah.
Or talk to a financial advisor.
What's the minimum amount a person needs to earn to get into property, to buy to let?
The property, very good question. The property I worked on here is a simple 2-bedroom townhouse in the northern suburbs of Johannesburg, and I priced it at 600,000, and we do lots of those. So in May 2017, when we're shooting this video, this is very doable, all right, in terms of the price of a townhouse.
Yeah.
In a good area, which is going to outstrip the normal growth. And then your earnings need to be about, you need to show the bank that you've got about 8,000 Rand a month spare. Okay. So, but this 104% loan is designed specifically for a first-time buyer who's earning less than 25,000 Rand per month. All right. So if you're a single person earning 25,000 Rand a month, and you can show the bank that your current rental is X amount, and your car and so on, as long as you've got about 8,000 Rand spare, every month, you'll be able to get this bond. And if you're married and you're earning 25,000 Rand and your spouse is earning even more, as long as you're married with an antenuptial contract, they'll only look at your income and you'll qualify for this bond. So you've got to have one of you earning less than 25,000 Rand a month and with a good credit record. That's all you need to do this thing. Okay, I think that's covered it all.